Hi everyone, today I'm going to finish off an incomplete paper pad and I'm going to use the August 2022 Call Me Crafty SheetLoads of Cards template. I've put a link below to where you can get the guide, and I've also put a link to all of the other collaboration team members' channels, so if you want to go and check those out, you can. The pattern paper is the Doodlebug at the Zoo paper pad, and I have used this on a previous project. I'll put a link above to that video. The leftovers are a bit of a mixture. I do have some full 6x6 sheets, but then I've got quite a few that are long, narrow strips and then a couple of rectangles. So the first thing I'm doing here is just sorting out what do I have. So I'm separating everything out and then making a decision about which side of the pattern paper I would like to use. This was pretty straightforward because a lot of the pattern paper had something on the back that I wouldn't want to use. So strips of pattern paper or those signs that you can see, or even I think it was like a zebra print. So I've picked what I'm wanting and I've got those all laid out. Now I'm sorting through the smaller pieces to try and work out, will any of them fit the pattern piece of paper that I need for the card design? So I need something that is 2 inches wide for the design, and then I need a 1.5 inch strip and a 3 5/8 strip. And those will be matted on a white piece of paper. So I've got a few candidates there, and I also have some of the leftover Doodlebug stickers, so I'm going to incorporate those into the cards as well. So I've been chopping these down for quite a while. I'm down to the last few, and what I've found is I have a few of the smaller pieces that I wouldn't want to waste, and I'm out of bigger pieces to counterbalance. In most instances, I've got a piece of pattern paper that has maybe the lions or monkeys or some kind of design, and then I've got that partnered up with a pattern paper, so something with some dots or some check. So with these ones that I have left here, I'm trying to work out what should I do next. And rather than waste it, I grabbed another incomplete paper pad that I've got, and I picked a couple of the really neutral pattern papers from it and created some of the bigger strips. So I did some of them in the smoky, cloudy grey, and now I'm doing some of them in brown. And it's just created enough extra panels that I don't have any leftovers of the at the zoo, which means everything was completely used without anything being wasted. The next step is to figure out what colour backing panel I'm going to use for each of the cards. I don't like to use a pattern paper for the 5.25x4 if it's going to make the design look pretty busy, so you'll often see me sub it out for a plain colour of paper. And so here I'm working through and I'm partnering them up with either a craft design or a blue. And then at the end I ran out of craft and the blue didn't work, so I subbed it in for some red. So there are I think 3 red cards, but the majority of them are going to be on the craft or on the blue. So I'm just showing you here a couple of the cards being put together, and I've pre-cut these white panels, and it is literally as simple as putting the 2 inch strips, one from each end. Now these first 2 that I'm doing here are going to be per the original design, which means it's going to be a landscape or a horizontal card. And you can see that from the pattern paper design. So when I attach it to the red backing panel and I pop it down here on my craft mat, it's actually facing the correct direction. So once it's layered onto a card base and I add a sentiment, the card is going to be complete. So that's the design, and I will be creating a whole bunch of these cards. But the thing I also wanted you to be aware of is you can really easily change it to be a vertical or a portrait design. For some of my pattern papers, I just didn't have them in the right scale to do them all as horizontal cards. So I chose to put the larger piece of paper to the bottom of the design, and then the smaller piece, in this case the piece with the alligators, at the top of the design. So when I'm attaching it here to the craft paper, you'll notice that I'm putting it on the left-hand side of the cards panel. And so those crocodiles are going to be at the top, and then I've got that check design at the bottom of the card panel. So I put together all of the different strips of paper, I added them to the backing panel, I then put them onto some A2 white card bases, and now I'm working through and adding a sentiment strip, and in some cases I'm using some of the Doodlebug stickers. I thought this might be a bit more interesting than some of the, putting the strips together, which is quite straightforward. So I'm running through, and what I've done is I've put on my desk a pile of all of my leftovers. So there's different size sentiments, different greetings, basically anything that I had hanging around my desk that needed to be used up. I really love this part of the process. It means that I really have to think about what am I partnering up with what? How do I use something where I've had one left that's just been sitting there for a little while? So this hugs sentiment that I put on with the elephants, that's been on my desk for so long, and it was the perfect color combination for that card. For some of the others, I'm just using a really simple happy birthday sentiment and keeping the card design really simple. If there was a sticker that matched, so this elephant was absolutely perfect, then I did include it. I wanted to take a moment to say a huge thank you to everyone who subscribed to my channel last month. Having recently joined the collaboration team, it was so nice to see so many people supporting my channel. So a huge shout out and a huge thank you. I really, really do appreciate it. I also really love reading through the comments that people leave, and I do appreciate any constructive criticism and any positive energy that you want to throw my way. I have had a few really cool things come through the comments. So someone shared with me another Australian company that creates pattern paper. They're called Cocoa Vanilla. So I have ordered some, they've arrived, and I'm going to do a video using their products. So please know that when you leave a comment, I do read it, and I really, really appreciate those also. I'm just finishing up the horizontal cards here, and quite a few of them have just got a very simple happy birthday sentiment and nothing fancy added, and I'm really highlighting the pattern paper from Doodlebug, which I love. It is super cute. Now that I'm moving on to the vertical cards, I did find that with this part, I was able to add some more stickers and some more interest a little bit more easily. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I've got some of these plain papers here that don't detract, and I can put some stickers straight on top. I think there's just a little bit more real estate and a little bit more card space to work with. But either way, I love the horizontal and I love the vertical. I did use quite a few of these keep smiling sentiments, and I just think because of the way I've got the card designed, I can offset it to the right and the card looks really balanced. So you'll see here I'm adding some extra layers of some scrap cardstock. I do this plenty of times through the video, and it's just to make sure that the card ends up nice and flat. So with some of these I've added, a palm tree or an item. In fact, I think I did for most of the horizontal ones, but for some of them I have just left them as they are. This one, for example, with the hello and the really busy pattern paper with all of the animals felt like enough. I was really, really keen to use this wildlife sticker, and I was not sure how I was going to do it. And when I got to this card that just had the brown and the cream, it's talking to me. I need to just put the wildlife sticker and then add the camel, and then it's a nice neutral and very, very simple card. A lot of these that have really bright green on it, and then they have the paper of the map of the zoo at the top. I tried originally to match that animal that was visible. So, if there was a crocodile, put a crocodile. If there was a tiger, put a tiger. In the end, it didn't quite work, and I figured it really probably doesn't matter which animal I put, so I added a koala to one of them, and I still have at the end of this video a couple of little animals left, but I didn't on this pattern paper, for example, where it's lots of lions. I didn't want to then add something that was different. So I probably could have added the tiger, but again, the card looked like it had enough interest and it was busy enough. And I don't like to have cards that have just too much. I try and really take a bit more of a minimalist approach. I am using loads of different sentiments here, so I'll put some links below. They will be affiliate links, which means if you use those links, then I do get a small commission at no cost to you. I really encourage you to consider using affiliate links from your favorite creators. You do not have to purchase the exact item that they have used. Anything you purchase from the store that it links to will mean that they receive a small commission, and I know all creators really appreciate the ongoing support. If you're enjoying the video, it'd be great if you could drop a like. That really does help YouTube know that this is a video that others might enjoy, and it helps them decide which videos to spread to more viewers. I'm just finishing up here with the last couple of cards. I've got my zebra. I'm now working through trying to decide what to do with the monkeys, and I've just added a banana. Here's a video I think you might enjoy. Have a great day.